But you can't say you got Christ and you don't have love. So that quickly means that you shouldn't be so judgmental on people that used to be acting like you used to act. Just because you've been saved the last 20, 30 years don't mean that you ain't got no past. It's just the fact that we ain't found the right people to tell the truth about your past. Oh, Lord. I told you, we're going to teach this because I want us to be a smart church. We got to be smart because the enemy is no longer playing games with us. The enemy is attacking our health, our life, our family. And what we are doing is trying to sugarcoat the truth. So you can't say you got Christ and you don't have love. And you have to love people that don't love you back. Have you ever had to forgive somebody that you knew didn't deserve your forgiveness? Better yet, let's talk deeper. Have you ever had to forgive, or have you ever forgave somebody that you knew they were going to do you wrong the next chance they got? Have you ever forgiven that person? See, we talk about it and it sounds good until you really have to do it. It's hard. Don't let nobody make you believe that it's easy to forgive people that mean you wrong. Now what is forgiveness? Let's talk real quick about what forgiveness really looks like. Forgiveness doesn't mean that we got to be buddy-buddy. And forgiveness doesn't mean that I need to put myself in the predicament where you can do me wrong again. Forgiveness means that I have now forgiven you. Now when I see you, I don't have no hard feelings. You know them people that you see every once in a while and you just turn your stomach when you see them coming. You be like, I can't stand. Yeah. See, forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. It's because when you forgive people that have done you wrong, and let me say this, 9 times out of 10, people who do you wrong don't do it on purpose. Now, you have that 1% that's going to definitely do you maliciously wrong. Absolutely. But there's a lot of this come from misunderstandings. But sometimes, just forgiving people is hard to do. Some is harder for others. Forgive your pastor. I'm one of them. I told you, I love big. But when you hurt me, brother, you hurt me. I have a problem because I can cut people off. I can love you and laugh and, hey, how you doing? And not give you an inch of my life. I've gotten very good at it. So pray for your pastor because this is for me too. God is dealing with me in this. I ain't perfect. We're going to walk through this thing together. Next is the power to understand all that God does for us. This is a big one. We have to understand the power to understand all that God does for us. You got to understand that God is the sole reason why you are here today. Are you with me? Like, God is the reason. Like, nobody else, not you, not your family, not your mom and daddy. The reason you are here today is because of God. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's God. God is the one. Like it or not. You think your alarm clock woke you up this morning? Think again. See, when you understand all that God does for you, let's take away the obvious. We know that God gives us breath to breathe and the activity of our limbs and that's good and that's great and that's true. But sometimes we fail to realize that the reason you are who you are in your personality is because of God. The reason you think on the level that you think is because of God. The reason you have the opportunities that you have in life, had it be career, relationship, however, or whatever, is because of God. When you understand that everything you do is because you have to understand that God does it for us. God does it for us. The next one is the power of the fullness of God himself. The fullness of God. What does that mean? That means that in his fullness is you. He said, because if I abide in you and you abide in me, that's the reason why you have the power of life and death in your tongue and all that good stuff. Because God abides in you and you should be abiding in him. The fullness. That means that you can speak those things as though they. A lot of your life has been created by the words that you've spoken, not other people. You think a witch and a warlock can hex your life? All it takes is you speaking against it. I'm sorry, we call witches and warlocks. I'm sorry. Some of y'all call them aunties and uncles. People that, sorry, closer to you believe. And what do you mean by hexes and all that? People that speak against your life. Are you with me? People that speak against what God has called you to. That's a hex. When somebody say, you just like your daddy, that's a hex. You act just like your mama, that's a hex. Oh my goodness. When they say stuff to you that pierces you and you receive it because you think it's true, and it has you believing an absolute lie, that's a hex. McAllisters are drunks. That's all they do. The men, everybody, all the men in their life, they drink. That's a hex. All they do is smoke. They just drug infested. That's a hex. All they do is lie and cuss and fight. They family known for fighting. That's a hex. Woo. Satan has given us the illusion to make us think that we will make things happen. Satan has given us the illusion. That's why we fight and bicker and moan and groan and scratch and claw for everything in our life, because we think that we got to be the ones that get everything. When God says, the closer you get to me, you'll understand what you're going to have to fight for and not. Every battle is not worth fighting. Every battle is not worth your time to fight. A lot of us have, I say it all the time, a lot of us have wasted a lot of time fighting battles that we should have never been in the first place. All because we try to prove ourselves right. You know those people that will fight you to the end just to prove the point. When the point costs more, oh my goodness, you spent more trying to prove a point and you lost more, and you could have been done with the issue and gone on about your life, but you sitting here trying to prove a point to people that don't even matter. Put this in your notes. Put this in your notes. Jesus relates to people according to the level of their proximity to him. I really want you to get that. Keep that up there for me. Jesus relates to people according to the level of their proximity to him. Jesus, he establishes the levels so that we will always value, honor relationships. The closer you are to him. I really want to take a deeper, I really want to take you deeper into this, because a lot of us are believing God for some things that we aren't close enough to him to receive. Let me say that again. A lot of us are believing God for something that we aren't close enough to him to receive. We believe in God for some big stuff, but you're not close enough to him. By proximity. You're not walking close enough to Jesus to receive that type of blessing. Oh, Jesus. That's heavy by itself. You want your relationship to work in your marriage, and you going to God, but you ain't close enough to him for that to work. Everything is going to be to the proximity of where you are to him. Let me help you. Let me help you. You think that just because you are saved, that you're guaranteed a life of blessings. Salvation came with a cost that you didn't pay. So when you pay for something in the store, you can only leave with what you paid for. So what was paid for was your salvation. So now you can walk into heaven understanding that my salvation was paid for. Everything else comes with a cost. Your peace comes with the cost. Your understanding comes with the cost. What are you willing to give up to get closer to him? Jesus, I wish you could catch what I'm laying down. I want to know, what are you willing to give up? Oh, here it is. Here it is. People do not value that which does not have boundaries. Write that down, please. People do not value that which does not have boundaries. When people can come in and out of your life when they want to, they'll never value you. When they can talk to you crazy, say whatever they want to say to you, and there's no cost, and they know that you're gonna forgive them, and you're gonna take them back. There's no value. There's no boundaries, which means there's no value. I'm helping you. I'm helping you, because there's some levels that we finna live life on some different levels, guys. Life is about levels. Here's the thing. Jesus allows us to determine what level we experience our relationship with him. But that level is based on how uncomfortable you are willing to become with him. He says, I'm going to hold up my end of the bargain. I'm going to give you life. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to down the cross for you. But the level of the experience between me and you, I put the ball in your court. Jesus will never force himself on you. He'll stand at the door. He'll knock. But you got to open it. And the relationship between you two is going to be predicated on you and you alone. Oh my God. A lot of us are mad at God and mad at how our life is going. And we're giving it to God, and we're upset at God, but God ain't moved. You did. It's your proximity. God says, I'm going to stand right here and do what I said I'm going to do. So however close you get to me or however far away you get to me is on you. And I'm here to tell you, the farther away you get, the more you're going to feel it. He didn't move, you did. Let me say it again. He did not move, you did. God's still doing exactly what he said he was going to do. But the level of life that you are living and that you feel like you are not getting to the point where you want to be is all because of how you have walked away or your proximity with him. You don't want to stop praying every day. You don't want to stop giving. You don't want to stop confessing. You don't want to stop praying. Are you with me? You don't want to stop serving. Somebody say, I feel that. There's three levels of discomfort you will have to go through. And I want to talk about this, and then we're going to wrap it up. I feel a teaching anointing, and this is because for the level that this church is about to experience, we're going to have to have some understanding on some of this stuff. And I want us to really, really understand. I want you to take this stuff home. I want you to read these scriptures I'm going to give you. I want you to take it home. I want you to analyze it. I want you to pray over it, because we got to get on the same level. We got to get on the same level. We got to get on the same understanding. So there's three levels. The first level I'm going to talk about real quick is humiliation. How did you start off with that? Humiliation. Let me give you an example. There's a blind man named Blind Bartimaeus. And Jesus comes to him and he wants to be healed. And what Jesus does to heal him is he spits into the ground. And he makes some mud. And then he puts the mud and sputum on the eyes of blind Bartimaeus. You're going to have to take some risk of being humiliated to receive the blessing that you really want. This is the season of your life. If it don't work, you're going to look crazy in front of some people. But it takes that type of faith for you to trust him in humiliation. Faith to him looks like foolishness to them. Let me say it again. Faith to him looks like foolishness to them. I just wonder how blind Bartimaeus felt when they told him what Jesus did to heal him. I truly believe that blind Bartimaeus could have cared less what he did. You're going to have to feel the same way. God, whatever it takes to deliver me, from this I'm willing to experience just so I can get out of this. This is how you know people really ain't tired of the mess that they in. Because when you really tired of the mess that you in, you will do whatever it takes. You'll go through whatever listen, if this marriage ain't working, it ain't working. I'll live in a cardboard box to get out of this thing if I have to. See, when you get to the point where you are ready to do whatever it takes, see, a lot of you just irritated. You ain't fed up yet. See, because when you irritated, you'll talk about it. You'll talk about it all day. You're like, oh, I can't stand this. I can't stand this house. I can't stand this job. I can't stand these kids. But you ain't changed not one thing. But the fact that you get fed up, you start talking about it. You start making moves. Oh, my goodness. You start making moves. You start looking for apartments. You're like, you know what? This is a good apartment right here. That price is about right. Are you with me? You start making moves when you really fed up. When you really want God to do something, you'll do what it takes. When you really want some real healing in your body, you'll do what it takes. You'll pray all day, every day. You'll fast from sun up to sundown. You'll give everything in your bank account if it guaranteed you getting out of the mess that you are in, or if it guaranteed your body being healed. You'll do whatever it takes when you're really fed up. Humiliation. Sometimes you're going to have to go through a little bit of humiliation. Number 2, application. After you deal with a little bit of a humiliation, you're going to have to go through some application. He says to the man, take up your bed and walk. There's some application there. After you are healed, after you are delivered, now you got to do what I tell you to do. Because your walk is now predicated on people watching. You might be the only Jesus people see. Oh. You might be the only Jesus people see. And so your obedience now has to be in front of people. If he delivered you, now you have to show them that you are delivered. They knew him because he couldn't walk. Now it could have been, it was just as enough a miracle for him to walk out there by himself and just walk. But the Bible says that he says, grab your bed. The thing that used to carry you, you are finna carry it. So now people get to see that not just you delivered, you can now hold the thing that was holding you. Oh my God. If you don't know how good that is, he didn't just strengthen his legs. Do you understand? This man probably ain't never carried a bed in his life. How did he have the arm strength to carry the bed that carried him for most of his life? Oh my goodness. So some application. You need to apply the stuff that God has taught you. And the best time Jesus teaches is doing the issue that you have. Yeah. So what works then works now. Let's get the moving. Number 3, last, persecution. You have humiliation. Then you deal with the application. Now you got to deal with the persecution. Have you ever been talked about for being delivered from something? Who she thinks she is just because she don't smoke no more? Oh, she better than everybody because she don't drink now? I'll go deeper. Have you ever said to yourself, you knew they were going to talk about you. You said, oh, they're going to talk about me bad this one. They finna talk about me bad on this one. Have you ever been there? Yeah. Persecution. John the Baptist was beheaded. Yeah, he was. John the Baptist was beheaded. Not because of him doing something wrong. He was beheaded for who he served. There are going to be times where you're going to be persecuted, not because you did anything to them, not because you said nothing bad to them. Matter of fact, you were the one praying for them. You were the one that was giving to them when nobody else was giving. You're the one that gave them a place to stay when they couldn't stay nowhere else. But these are the same people that's going to turn around and behead it. Is this helping you? Let's deal with this. Go to John 3:30. I'm trying to rush through this information. We got a lot to talk about, guys. We're going to go through this for a couple of weeks. Somebody say levels. John 3:30. And for my sake of time, let me read it. It says, he must become greater. I must become less. Let me give you context. John is saying when people see all I am doing for the church, they will want to give me the praise. But I redirect that back to the God who's given me the ability to do such. John says, I don't care how big I get, I'm going to always redirect the attention back to God. I don't care how knowledgeable I become. I don't care how much people try to praise me. I will not accept the praise. I'm going to redirect it back to God. He will be greater. I will be less. Isn't that funny how John does that? And then God says to Abraham, he says, I'll make your name great. So if you make his name great, then he'll make your name great. You see the cycle there? Too many of us are trying to make our own name great. Because if you make your own name great, then you're responsible for keeping your name great. You can make your name, oh my God, you can make your name great, and your kids or your grandkids have to experience the downfall because you're the one. Jesus. In our text today, we see Jesus challenging comfort levels. I told you earlier, comfortability talks about change. The uncomfortable makes change happen. Then because so many people was coming and going, they did not even have a chance to eat. He said, come with me by yourself. Jesus was talking to the 12. So let's get to the meat of the message real quick today. What do we see in this text? We see levels. We see people coming to eat. We see the disciples being called out. Okay, put this in your notes. Over the next few weeks, we are going to talk about the levels. I'm going to give you every level Jesus operated on. Okay? These are the levels he operated on. The 5,000, 500, the 70, the 12, the 3, and then the 1. 5,000, 500, 70, 12, 3, and then 1. Let me give you what those mean, and then we'll get out of here. Is that all right? The 5,000 is the level of provision. The level of provision. Most of us start right there. The level of provision, where he provides. 500 is the level of faith. The level of faith. 70 is the level of service. Let me stop right there. The level of service. You see the people that's on cameras, the musicians, the security team, the ushers, the people that you see working. The level of service. That's a good level. The level of 12 is the level of fellowship. The tight group. The 12 disciples. The level of 12 is a level of fellowship. The level of 3 is a level of privilege. They all were disciples, but Jesus had 3. That was his, his ace boon coons, as we used to call them. His tight crew. You got that group of friends, but then you got the friends, right? You know those 3: Peter, James, John. They were the ones that was with him. They seen him transform. The level of 3, privilege. A lot of people want to be that level, but they don't understand the commitment that comes with it. There are people that want to be in your 3, but they don't understand the commitment that comes with you. We might be friends, but we ain't that tight. We can go out as a 12 and go eat, but only 3 can come to my house and eat. That's a level of privilege. That's boundaries. Even Jesus had boundaries. You never hear of Judas going to eat by himself with Jesus. That's level 3, the level of privilege. Then the level 1. Level 1 is the level of love. Even out of the 3, there was 1. They all 3 of them seen him transform. They were right there. But at the end of the day, there was only 1 there at the cross. And that was John. John said, I love you so much. If I have to sit here and watch you die, I can't take it from you, but I'll be with you every step of the way. Out of the 3, you got the big talkers. Peter was a talker. Jesus, I'll die with you if it come down to it. But it was John that didn't say nothing, but that was there at the feet of the cross. The 1. There's only 1. These are the levels that we're going to talk about. And we're going to see where we stand, and we're going to look at our own circle in our lives. Because I can tell, oh my goodness. I can tell you by the mess that you're going through what your circle looks like. I can tell, because a lot of us are treating the 5,000 like the 3. We're giving too many people access to us in our life because we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So we scared to say, hey, don't call me. You can only call me Mondays and Tuesdays. We're not that close. Don't call me every day. Don't show up at my house unannounced. You will feel bad because I'll be right there on the other side of the door and will not answer. Boundaries. We I don't know you like that. Are you with me? Because I'm trying to help us, because a lot of us are living life because we are scared to tell people what we really want to tell them. I tell you, they're gonna talk about you. It's okay. Because guess what? The ones that really want to be your friends will endure. Because people get into relationships with you for, they want something out of you anyway. It's all for personal gain anyway. Not what they can get to you, what they can get from you. I've been there. I've been on the other side of that ship. I've gotten into partnerships and relationships because I'm trying to get something from them. Not what I can give them. The 5,000, the 500, the 70, the 12, the 3, and then the 1. It is essential to know who that 1 is. You go through all of that to get to the 1. The 1 is love. In spite of it all. That person that can see you on your worst day. Cussing, fussing, fighting, drinking, smoking, all of it. And still be like, that's my number 1, that's my best friend. That don't mean y'all always gonna get along. That don't mean y'all always gonna see eye to eye. Matter of fact, your number 1 gonna be the one that's gonna be able to say what they need to say to you, to your face, and not care about how you feel about it. The one that's gonna say, you wrong. Get over it. Now what you want to eat. Are you with me? That 1. We're going to talk about all of these over the next few weeks. Because all of them are essential in life, and all of them play a great portion in life. We're going to talk about it in ministry, and we're going to talk about it in our personal lives, because we all need to be put on the same level.